Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Freely and welcome back to the Japan vlogs. Remember in the last video we talked about Kyoto and how this video is going to be about Kyoto. It's still going to be about Kyoto, but if you remember from last video, I turned 21 in Osaka and we ate some really good sushi. But as somewhat of a birthday celebration extension, the next day we went to Universal Studios Japan, or as people there call it, USJ. We had a really great time despite the heat. Oh boy. The best ride there by far was the flying dinosaur. I was not expecting the weird feelings I would be feeling while on that ride. By the time we were already riding it, at some point of the ride, I was like, woo! Like the feelings were just through the roof and insane. So the time we went was around the beginning of September and they already had Halloween decorations up, so the park was like very Halloween themed and they had all kinds of Halloween stuff. They also had these haunted mansion like things where you kind of like walk through and then they were just trying to scare you and all that. They had like different ones like Chucky, and they also had Resident Evil in there. That one was pretty cool. Alright, so we just got our ticket to go into the Biohazard ride, or whatever it's called. So you can choose two different ones. You can either choose the Leon route or the Claire route, which is pretty cool. We're supposed to go in at 10:15, so we'll be back. We're just hanging out in the AC while we wait. So they had a whole bunch of these themed ones, just like the Resident Evil one, all around the park. And we weren't able to film in these areas, but let's just say we had our fair share of scares. Wow, that is alliteration and rhyming all in one. We rode the Spider-Man ride. It's basically like Indiana Jones but 4D. Pretty fun. We also went on the Biohazard, the Resident Evil walkthrough. Turns out it was a walkthrough. I thought it was a ride. Looking back, it wasn't that scary. It didn't have many jump scares, but still a fun time. Now we're looking for our next attraction, so let's go. Bata beer.
Oh, brother.
It's like root beer and cream at the top. I like it though. You can get your own. Like I said earlier, it was really hot and humid early in the day, but as the day went on, it just started raining, like really hard. It was a very stark contrast from the beginning of the day to later in the day. So if you're ever in Osaka and you're looking for things to do and you like roller coasters, definitely check out Universal Studios Japan. You won't regret it.
Hey, how much is
So now this is the part of the video where we're actually in Kyoto now. Guys, we officially made it to Kyoto. It was about an hour train ride, but now we're here in Tokyo. I mean, Kyoto, my goodness. Tim and Stefan are back there somewhere. There's Hannah. Our first stop here in Kyoto is gonna be that super fancy Starbucks, so when we can sit down in like those mats and stuff on the floor. So that's our first stop. But yeah, we're just pretty much gonna be exploring today. Yeah. We spent a full day in Kyoto and we visited Kiyomizu-dera. And leading up to Kiyomizudera, there's all these little shops that were originally traditional houses, but they, converted them into shops. So now we're just kind of walking around, seeing what this place has to offer, and it looks really nice because it feels like we're in old Japan right now with all these nice colored, nice buildings and people dressed up in kimonos and everything. Is awesome. rice crackers are amazing. This one is really good. This one tastes like curry. Tastes like straight up curry on a rice cracker. Here, I'll bring it or you buy it apart. Huh? I'll put it for you. How much is it? Does it really matter? We also went to the Starbucks in Kyoto, the one where you can sit on little mats. It was actually a lot smaller than we envisioned it. I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger. Grande cold brew? Cold brew. And that's it. Isn't this Starbucks cool? Oh, look at that. So nice. We're here at the very traditional looking Starbucks. We're here sitting on mats. We have to take off our shoes. Our shoes are down there. I thought there was gonna be multiple, but this is pretty much the only one I see right now. All the other tables over there are just regular tables and chairs. This used to be like a traditional house that a family lived in, and they just kind of renovated it and tried to integrate this Starbucks the best they could. Honestly, it's pretty cool. So even if you don't like coffee, pay that Kyoto Starbucks a visit because it's a pretty cool experience. So like I said, on that long street, there's just a bunch to do. So, you know, just have fun and explore. But just remember to be mindful and respectful of the area that you're in, because that area that you're in, there's still people living and there's residents there. We actually walked down the street and we thought it looked pretty cool because it looked like very like traditional and like old style Japan, with the houses on the side and how it was all laid out. But if you look closely, there's signs saying like do not take pictures or do not take video, because these are actually people's houses and people actually live there. And imagine living in such a busy and touristy spot like Kyoto. You're bound to have a lot of people just coming up to your front door and, you know, like taking pictures like that. I can see that getting annoying. So Kyoto actually came out with a list of rules when you're in Kyoto. It's called Akimahen. I have a link to that in the description below if you want to check it out. So this is a list of rules that they actually had to make because of all the stuff that tourists and foreigners were doing when they're coming to Kyoto. Based on the rules that they had to set, it kind of gives you insight of what was actually happening in Kyoto and the kind of disrespect and non-mindfulness that the foreigners or tourists had in, you know, people's hometown. If you want to learn more about the rules they set there in this topic, Only in Japan did a really great video talking about it, and he goes more in depth, and it's a really long video, but I think it gives really good insight to why they set these rules and where they're coming from as the people who set them. But after you're familiar with all the rules of the land, it's quite a walk from the bottom of the street all the way up to the top where Kiyomizu-dera sits. But once you arrive there, you're met with a great view of all the temples. It is super crowded. If you never heard of Kiyomizu-dera, it's a Buddhist temple in eastern Tokyo and is famous for its beautiful scenery in the fall. Kiyomizu roughly translates into clear water. Kiyo meaning clear or pure, and Mizu meaning water. It gets its name from a waterfall within the complex. You've probably seen it in pictures at least once before, but when we went, it was still under restoration in preparation for the 2020 Olympics. With this place being one of the most famous spots not only in Kyoto but in all of Japan, don't be surprised to see crowds of locals, tourists, and school kids on field trips all wandering the temple grounds and the surrounding area. that said, enjoy Kiyomizu-dera and the surrounding areas because it's a really great place with a lot of nature and you just feel refreshed while you're there, besides the crowds and all the people. Right now we're kind of hungry, so we're gonna go and get something to eat. We're trying to get a noodle slide, but we're not sure if you have to reserve that. But yeah, it's just beautiful here. Just look at this foliage. Some of the leaves here are already changing color. I really want to see the leaves turn their orange, yellow. Actually, fall is one of my favorite seasons. I think it's my favorite season out of all of them. Too bad we couldn't be here for the leaves changing. It's fun. Kyoto is beautiful, but I'm now hungry, so let's go get something to eat. Why you keep shocking me?
I'm very shocked.
Hi. Good, homie. That's good. How's it going? Good looking.
Every time she posts a picture now, people comment that on their picture. Everyone comments, oh, I should.
Alrighty, we took the bus in the wrong direction and now we're not eating tendon anymore. We're basically just trying to find something that's nearest to us because my feet hurt. We're hungry. So Tim, where are we going? 一番近くのレストランはどこですか?
I think it's a dumpling place.
This is part 7 of the Japan vlogs and I can't believe to say that we've made it this far. It's kind of bittersweet in a way because as I'm editing these videos and having to recollect my experiences while we were there, it kind of made me and helped me relive those moments watching the clips and seeing all the photos and having to culminate everything that I saw, everything we did, everything experienced while we were there. If you guys made it this far, I just want to say thank you for coming along on the journey. It really means a lot. You guys are just awesome. So next week is going to be the last video of the Japan vlogs. And so yeah, I know you're crying and you're really sad this is over, but all good things must come to an end. If you didn't know, I've been compiling all of these Japan vlogs into one big playlist so you can just binge watch it if you're into binge watching. So it'll be linked in the description or in the card. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. They are booking it. They are booking it. Who won?
Me.
And I had there's no winner. There's no winner.
I had no shoes.
Uh-huh.
He has shoes.
Uh-huh.
I was holding this.
No,
and he was holding nothing.
We didn't even reach there, so there's no winner.
Yeah, you stopped first, so I won.
I just couldn't stop laughing because just fell out.
I knew he was gonna come out like the first time. Like, oh, for this is loose, dude. That was too easy. I'm not even tired. That's a crazy thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's go then.